This is the Denzel Washington School of the Arts. This is the Denzel Washington School of the Arts. Good evening. This is the Denzel Washington School of the Arts, and I'm its principal, Dr. Evelyn Collins. You are in for a treat this evening, as all of the departments, all of the performing and visual arts departments in our school come together to celebrate Black History Month, which we know is every month, and Women's History Month. You'll hear performances from the instrumental music program, both the band and the orchestra, our newly added vocal music program, musical theater, middle school dance, high school dance, and a special treat from our visual arts students and our tap dance students as well. So sit back, relax, call all your friends, tell them to tune in because the Denzel Washington School of the Arts is about to present its spring showcase, the first in the pandemic. We've been gone a year, so this will be our first presentation in a year. Our kids are phenomenal. You're going to enjoy it.
When day comes, we ask ourselves, where can we find light in this never-ending shade? A loss we carry, a sea we must wade. We break the belly of the beast and learn that quiet isn't always peace, and the norms and notions of what just isn't always justice.
And yet, the dawn is ours before we knew it. Somehow we do it, somehow. We've weathered and witnessed a nation that is broken, but simply unfinished.
We are the successors of a country in time where a skinny black girl, descended from slaves and raised by a single mother, can dream of becoming president before inciting for one.
And yes, we are far from polished, far from pristine, but that doesn't mean we are striving to form a union that is perfect. We're striving to forge a union with purpose, to compose a country committed to all cultures, colors, characters, and conditions of man.
And so, we lift our gazes, not to what stands between us, but what stands before us. We close the divide because we know to put our future first. We must first put our differences aside. We lay down our arms so we can reach out our arms to one another. We seek harmony for all and harm to none.
Let the globe say that this is true, that even as we breathed, we grew, and even as we hurt, we hoped, and as we tired, we tried, and we will forever be tied together, victorious. Not because you will never again feel defeat, but because you will never again sow division.
Scripture tells us to envision that everyone shall sit under their own vine and fig tree, and no one shall make them afraid. If we were to live up to our own time, then victory won't lie in the blade, but in the bridges we made. That is the promises lie. The hill we climb, if only we dare.
It's because being American is more than a pride we inherit. It's a past we step into and how we repair it. We've seen a force that would shatter our nation rather than share it, would destroy our country if it meant delayed democracy. And this effort very nearly succeeded. But while democracy can be periodically delayed, it can never be permanently defeated.
In this truth, in this faith we trust, for while we have our eyes on the future, history has its eyes on us. They erased our redemption, but feared our inception. We did not feel prepared to be the heirs of such a terrifying prevail over catastrophe. Now, we assert, how can catastrophe possibly prevail over us? We will not march back to what was, but move to what shall be, a country that is bruised but whole, benevolent but bold, fierce and free.
We will not be turned around or interrupted by intimidation because we know our inaction and inertia will be the inheritance of the next generation. Our blunders become their burdens, but one thing is certain. If we merge mercy with might and might with right, then love becomes our legacy and change our children's birthright.
So let us leave behind a country better than the one we were left with.
With every breath from my bronze-pounded chest, we will raise this wounded world into a wondrous one.
We will rise from the gold-limbed hills of the west. We will rise from the windswept northeast.
Where our forefathers first realized revolution.
We will rise from the lake-rimmed cities of the Midwestern states. We will rise from the sun-baked south. We will rebuild, reconcile, and recover.
And in every nook of our nation, in every corner called our country, our people, diverse and beautiful, will emerge patterned and beautiful. When day comes, we step out of the shade, aflame and unafraid. A new dawn blooms as we free it, for there is always light. If only we were brave enough to see it. If only we were brave enough to be it.
Greetings, I'm Monica Celeste Johnson, founding dance teacher of Denzel Washington School of the Arts. We are so pleased to present some wonderful performances for you. You're going to see a piece choreographed by myself, I Wish I Knew How It Would Feel to Be Free by Nina Simone, danced by the middle school dance majors. Then you'll see another piece choreographed by our community member and wonderful choreographer, Wayne Smith, Oh Freedom, and Nikki Giovanni's Ego Trippin'. Please enjoy.
Oh, freedom. Oh, freedom. Oh, freedom over me. And before I'll be a slave, I'll be buried in my grave and go home.
I was born in the Congo. I walked to the Fertile Crescent and built the Sphinx. I designed a pyramid so tough that a star that only glows every 100 years falls into the center, giving divine, perfect light. I am bad. I sat on the throne drinking nectar with Allah. I got hot and sent an ice age to Europe to cool my thirst. My oldest daughter is Nefertiti. The tears from my birth pains created the Nile. I am a beautiful woman. I gazed on the forest and burned out the Sahara Desert. With a packet of goat's meat and a change of clothes, I crossed it in 2 hours. I am a gazelle. So swift, you can't catch me. For a birthday present when he was 3, I gave my son Hannibal an elephant. He gave me Rome for Mother's Day. My strength flows ever on. My son Noah built Newark, and I stood proudly at the helm as we sailed on a soft summer day. I turned myself into myself and was Jesus, men intoned my loving name. All praises, I am the one who would save. I sowed diamonds in my backyard. My bowels deliver uranium. The filings from my fingernails are semi-precious jewels. On a trip north, I caught a cold and blew my nose, giving oil to the Arab world. I am so hip, even my errors are correct. I sailed west to reach east and had to round off the earth as I went. The hair from my head thinned and gold was laid across 3 continents. I am so perfect, so divine, so ethereal, so surreal. I cannot be comprehended except by my permission. I mean, I can fly like a bird in the sky.
I wish I knew how it would feel to be free. I wish I could break all the chains holding me. I wish I could say all the things that I should say. Say them loud, say them clear, for the whole round world to hear. I wish I could share all the love that's in my heart. Remove all the bars that keep us apart. I wish you could know what it means to be me. Then you'd see and agree that every man should be free. I wish I could give all I'm longing to give. I wish I could live like I'm longing to live. I wish I could do all the things that I can do, though I'm way overdue.
Hello, my name is Derrick L. James. I would like to introduce the vocal majors here at the Denzel Washington School of the Arts. They will be singing Lift Every Voice and Sing, written by James Weldon Johnson, arranged by Kirk Franklin.
Musical theater student Jalen Jacobs and the musical theater team offer voiceover and read excerpts from the essays written by the visual arts students. I hope you enjoy our presentation. My name is Janet Rush. I'm the visual arts teacher.
The Visual Arts Department of the Denzel Washington School of the Arts presents interpretations of the work of several visual artists and several additional independent works of art. First up, Jessica Vivaldo presents a visual interpretation of the work of Jarrell Gibbs. Artist Jarrell Gibbs bases his work on the simple and important moments of his life. Born in Baltimore, Maryland, the memories from his upbringing have now become the principal subjects of his art pieces. He creates his pieces to feel genuine and relatable to the viewer, and works to recapture the atmosphere and emotion of the memory. The medium he chooses for his art making is typically oil or acrylic paints because of its allowance for vibrancy and layering on the canvases.
Joel Barclay and Kaser Malik present a visual interpretation of the work of artist Kehinde Wiley. Kehinde Wiley is a young African-American painter born in Los Angeles, California, who attended school from age 11. He sharpened his painting skills at the Art Institute of San Francisco. Kehinde's art is often inspired by classic European paintings, his surroundings, travels to Nigeria and China, and pop culture. These inspirations and training from the old world paintings allowed Kehinde to learn how to paint the body and other imagery. He would take in this information and infuse it with his works.
Kehinde Wiley has elevated the traditional style of portraiture with his sensitive, vibrant, and political portrayals of Black people. Wiley has gained notoriety due to his brightly colored portraits of young Black men, often paired with contrasting, flowery backgrounds. Since Black masculinity is often synonymous with fear and violence in America, his portraits combat this narrative, attracting people of color into the galleries in which they are underrepresented.
Charlize Polanco presents a visual interpretation of the work of artist Mickalene Thomas. Yale graduate and nationwide exhibitor Mickalene Thomas depicts African-American women and celebrities while addressing topics of femininity, race, and childhood collections through vivid, eye-catching artworks. Thomas faced many challenges, and one of the effects of the struggle Thomas encountered forced her to turn to non-traditional art materials such as yarn and glitter rhinestones. This obstacle not only helped her attain new meaning about how to use these materials, but also helped her build her self-identity while constructing artistic images. Thomas's well-known use of collage is used to show contrast within the assortment of resources she attained for her art pieces and helps her respond to much of what goes on in society today. Although she is well known for her creation of artistic collages, she creates a varieties of art which include painting, photography, video, and installation. Mickalene Thomas's work not only depicts woman femininity and beauty, but is also a demonstration of the great variety of media and creative processes of an artist. Kevin Cuellar presents a visual interpretation of the work of artist Gerald Lovelow. Gerald Lovelow is an emerging Afro-Latino artist born in 1992. His career began once he dropped out of the graphic design program at the University of West Georgia after dissatisfied with the formal style of learning.
He became a self-taught artist who explored art through YouTube videos while asking questions in internet forums. Some artists that inspired him are Toyin Odutolo, Kerry James Marshall, Egan Scheel, and Oscar Kokochka. Esther Mentor presents a visual interpretation of the work of artist Kudsanai Violet Kwame. Kudsanai Violet Kwame is an African-American artist who is known for her oil paintings. These paintings consist mainly of portraits, nudity, and the theme of family. They help reveal aspects from her home country, South Africa. Her work contains splotches of colors, primarily green, red, blue, orange, purple, and yellow, against a basic background. Although the work of art is a full image, her art almost always appears incomplete.
Chanel James presents a visual interpretation of the work of artist Harold Weston. Harold Weston creates impressionist-style paintings. His subject matter was inspired by national and international travel and ranged from figure paintings, landscape, to its abstraction. Weston was known not only for his art, but his humanitarian works in the United Nations and the National Council on the Arts. Harold Weston didn't use a lot of tones when he painted. The skin tone in some of his paintings have few values. One tone for where the light hits, another where the shadow forms, and another the dark and light meets. He also outlines his work, making it appear more like a cartoon rather than a realistic painting. Harold Weston is an artist of nature. Here, I wanted to create with my own style, though some of Weston's ideas are incorporated to define the shape and create a sense of tone in my skin.
Antoine Masato presents a visual interpretation of the work of artist Justin Maller. Justin Maller is a relatively new artist who produces digital works of art using photography and editing tools such as Adobe and other creative content. Justin is an Australian digital artist based in Los Angeles, California. He created art full-time from his personal studio for over 15 years before commencing work as a chief creative officer for DeviantArt, the largest online art community in the world, in 2018. He has been producing illustrations and concept art for a diverse array of companies and publications worldwide and collaborates with many of the industry's top brands, agencies, and studios.
Erin Asante Wiridu and Alexandra Courtney present a visual interpretation of the work of artist Lorna Simpson. Lorna Simpson is a multimedia artist born on August 13, 1960. Her famous works involve photography and revolve around the experience of Black women in society. These works of art explore historical memory, culture, and identity, as well as how race and gender impact one's interactions with the world. Simpson relies on images from popular Black magazines such as Ebony Magazine and Vintage Jet, and various photos to express her narrative. She focuses on use of multiple media in her work, which range from photography, watercolor, ink, gouache, and paint. Simpson gained prominence in the 1980s and 90s, and she remains an impactful figure in the art world. A common factor in Lorna's work is the collage-esque look that they have to them. In her work, she combines photographs taken of people before combining them with splashes of color that are often used to portray hair or backgrounds alongside different shreds of paper that can include writing. Additional works of art from the following visual arts majors include Amber Viscarondo, acrylic on canvas. Charlotte Watson, watercolor on paper. Fatima Davila, pastel on paper. Tamar Joseph, acrylic paint. Justin Keynes, graphite on paper. Jaden Powell, acrylic paint. Chanel Baxter, pen on paper. Alexandra Courtney, ink and acrylic on canvas. Kaser Mallet, pencil on paper. Elizabeth Bancroft, Procreate digital software. Erin Asante Wiridu, Procreate digital software.
Many thanks to our contributing artists, musical theater students Jalen Jacobs, Elizabeth DeGrandpre, Alasia Ravenel, and Celine Buchanan. Bryce Buchanan, artist and 10th grade band major, who created the musical composition entitled Audio Colors. Teachers and artistic facilitation by Angela Hall, Mansa Gory, and Janet Rush.
Special thanks to Miss Angela Hall and Mr. Mansa Gory.
Hi, my name is Normearleasa Thomas. I am the orchestral director and piano instructor at the Denzel Washington School of the Arts. Today, our students from class 901 will be presenting The Hill We Climb by Amanda Gorman, our National Youth Laureate. Later in the program, you will hear the band and orchestra students perform Barry White's famous You're My First, My Last, My Everything. Our lead vocalist is Judah Taylor. Our student musical director is Tommy Guest. The orchestra assistant director is Tyra Williams. Our students learned a great deal about this genre of music and this time in our history. We dedicate this performance to the memory of Barry White.
We got it together, didn't we? It's just you and me, baby. I mean, when you sit back and look at it, and like, real nice. The things you do, I can't describe them. It's like, it brings me into my own super. You know what I'm saying? It's nice. But it's just you and me. I mean, we got it together, baby.
Oh
you and me, baby. It's just you and me.
Hello, everyone. My name is Angela Hall, and I am the resident musical theater teacher at the Denzel Washington School of the Arts. I am so pleased and excited to present my young people to you. First up, my introduction to theater students. These students will be performing works that were inspired by Nina Simone, so we pay homage to her on this wonderful Women's History Month. First up, Kendall McDowell, performing Ne Me Quitte Pas. And following her, Aine Mall will present a piece inspired by I Put a Spell on You. You will also have the privilege of seeing my musical theater students, my middle school, my heart, performing a rousing rendition of Hallelujah. 6th grade student, Kamora McNeil, Aubrey McCoy, Milan Monroe, and Anaya Spencer. Also joining them in this selection, 7th grade student, Rehearsed Auditorium, and 8th grade student, Venice Joseph. And 6th grade student, Milan Monroe, will perform I Have Nothing. Also performing a tribute to the love that women give, 7th grade student, Rehearsed Auditorium, will perform Always Remember Us This Way. And finally, 8th grade student, Venice Joseph, singing Love Like You. Enjoy.
Il faut oublier tout, peut s'oublier qui s'enfuit déjà. Oublier le temps des malentendus, le temps perdu à savoir comment. Oublier ces heures qui tuaient parfois le goût de boire, le cœur de bonheur. Ne me quitte pas, ne me quitte pas, ne me quitte pas, ne me quitte pas. Moi, je t'offrirai des perles de pluie venues de pays où il ne pleut pas. Je creuserai la terre jusqu'après ma mort pour couvrir ton corps d'or de lumière. Je ferai en moi-même l'amour s'arrête, l'amour s'arrête pas, où te sera reine. Ne me quitte pas. Oh, oh Lord, ne me quitte pas, ne me quitte pas, ne me quitte pas, ne me quitte pas. Ne me quitte pas, je t'inventerai des mots insensés que tu comprendras. Je te parlerai de ces amours-là qui ont vu deux fois le cœur s'embraser. Je te raconterai l'histoire de ce bois mort de n'avoir pas pu te rencontrer.
Share my life, take me for what I am, 'cause I'll never change all my colors for you. Take my love, I'll never ask for too much, just so that you are could begin to be half of what you think of me, I could do about anything. I could even learn how to love. When I see the way you act, shaken by how long it took, I could do about anything. I could even learn how to love like you. Love like you. I always thought I might be bad, now I'm sure that it's true, 'cause I think you're so good and nothing like you. Look at you go, I just adore you. I wish that I knew what makes you think I'm so special. If I could begin to do something that does right by you, I would do about anything. I would even learn how to love. When I see the way you look, shaken by how long it took, I could do about anything. I could even learn how to love like you. Love like you. Love like you. Love like
Greetings, my name is Mansa Gory and I humbly serve as a band director for the Denzel School of the Arts. Our production today is Strange Fruit. We spell it Xtrange fruit. It is inspired by Billie Holiday's rendition of the Abel Meerschaul composition. You will hear Marvel of Liszt's Un Sospiro, the tragedy of Rachmaninoff's Prelude in C sharp. You will hear the hope of the traditional Negro spiritual Go Down Moses and Blue Bossa. You will hear the aggression of Kendrick Lamar's Be Humble. All these songs have been rearranged, reimagined, and resynthesized into a new musical experience unlike any other. The musical presentation is that of an imperfect vision of reality, social forces rife with inequity and injustice, creating a pressurized system of oppression. So sit back and fine-tune your sensory apparatus for sounds from the future of the Denzel Washington School of the Arts Band.
Greetings, I'm Jennifer Jackson, the high school dance teacher. This evening you're going to be seeing 6 pieces from our repertory, choreographed by myself and some of the high school students. All of these pieces are inspired by Black History Month and Women's History Month. I hope you enjoy the show.
It's been a long time coming, but I know a change gonna come. Oh, yes it will. It's been too hard living, but I'm afraid to die. 'Cause I don't know what's up there beyond the sky. It's been a long time coming, but I know a change gonna come. Oh, yes it will. I go to the movie and I go downtown. Somebody keep telling me don't hang around. It's been a long time coming, but I know a change gonna come. Oh, yes it will. Then I go to my brother and I say, brother, help me please. But he winds up knocking me back down on my knees. Lord, there have been times that I thought I couldn't last for long, but now I think I'm able to carry on. It's been a long time coming, but I know a change gonna come. Oh, yes it will.
Sometimes I wonder what to say to you now in the soft afternoon air as you hold us all in a single death. I say, where is your fire? I say, where is your fire? You got to find it and pass it on. You got to find it and pass it on from you to me, from me to her, from her to him, from the son to the father, from the brother to the sister, from the daughter to the mother, from the mother to the child. I say, where is your fire? I say, where is your fire? Can't you smell it coming out of our past? The fire of living, not dying. The fire of loving, not killing. The fire of blackness, not gangster shadows. Where is our beautiful fire that gave light to the world? The fire of pyramids, the fire that burned through the holes of slave ships and made us breathe. The fire that made guts into chitlins, the fire that took rhythms and made jazz. The fire of sit-ins and marches that made us jump boundaries and barriers. The fire that took street talk and sounds and made righteous Imhotep raps. Where is your fire? The torch of life, full of Nzinga and Nat Turner and Garvey and Du Bois and Fannie Lou Hamer and Martin and Malcolm and Mandela. Sister, brother, come, catch your fire, don't kill, hold your fire, don't kill, learn your fire, don't kill, be the fire, don't kill, catch the fire, and burn with eyes that see our souls walking, singing, yeah, building, laughing, learning, yes, loving, yes, teaching, being. Hey, 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 young, young, young brother. Hey, 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 young, 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 young sister. Here is my hand. Catch the fire and live, 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 live,
Turn the headphones up. Hey, oh, yeah. Well, I guess you can call me a dreamer. Hey, but I do believe that things will change. We've been through the storms. We've gone through the valley. There's nowhere else to go but up. We shall overcome. We will. We shall overcome. Yeah. We shall overcome. Someday. Now if you believe that, just help me sing it. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome racism. We shall overcome. Hatred. Jealousy. Now even if you don't believe it, help me say this. We'll walk hand in hand. I believe that. We'll walk hand in hand. I already see it. We'll walk hand in hand. Yeah. Someday. When the glory comes, it will be ours. It will be ours. Oh, one day. When the war is won, we will be sure. We will be sure. Oh, glory. Glory. Oh, glory. Glory. One day, when the glory comes, it will be ours. It will be ours. Oh, glory. Glory. Oh, glory. Glory.
We all agree tonight, all of the speakers have agreed that America has a very serious problem. Not only does America have a very serious problem, but our people have a very serious problem. America's problem is self-destruction, and for self-destruction. Self-destruction, and for self-destruction. Cuatro.
We had good times even back when dreams were all we had to last. So as I wake up this bright morning, nothing's gonna bring me down. Waves are singing, wind is forming, summer's here to stick around. I still remember me before you, I will no longer need your rescue, said I still remember me before you. I'm no fool, tell them I'm no fool. It's all clear, perfectly crystal. I've been here long enough to know when to leave and when to tell you. Time has come too close to show. I still remember me before you, I will no longer need your rescue, said I still remember me before you. I'm no fool, tell them I'm no fool. I'm no fool, tell them I'm no fool. Hey, I'm no fool. You need to know that I am no fool. I am no fool, baby. I'm no fool.
To the world as it spins around. Just don't let the spin get you down. Things are moving fast. Hold on tight and you will last. Keep your self-respect, your manly pride. Get yourself in gear, keep your stride. Never mind your fears. Brighter days will soon be here. Take it from me, someday we'll all be free. Yeah. Keep on walking tall. Hold your head up high. Take it from me, someday we'll all be free. Hey, just wait and see. Someday we'll all be free. Yeah.
Hi, my name is Miss Wright. I'm the theater teacher for Denzel Washington School of the Arts. Today you'll be seeing a piece, original piece actually, that was written about maybe 2 years ago, but last year due to the, I guess, civil unrest with the death of George Floyd, I made some additions, and so what you'll see today is a piece called Who I Choose to Be, which is a conversation and debate of what it means to be Black in America. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you.
We pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice. For who? For you? For some? Not for us. Not for our people. So please stop saying we're equal. With your flag of red, white, and blue in one hand, you beat us. Beat us until we're black and blue. Beat us until we're numb. Beat us until we can't walk straight, and put us in chains if we're lucky. But for the ones who aren't so lucky, we told us to put our hands up like some type of sick tribute to your privilege, and then you pulled the trigger. Pulled the trigger till our bodies lay down on your ground. Pulled the trigger till your clip is empty. Pulled the trigger till we make it evening news and our children cry. We gotta look our children in the eyes and tell them that they have to be cautious. Either of a prison system that aims to disenfranchise them or the dirt beneath their feet. This is all because of that same racism you love to say no longer exists. But we all know that same racism is the reason that when we want to put a hood on, we resist. When we go to get these jobs, we're dismissed at the door. When we go to shop, we are watched in your stores. That racism is the reason that us saying your Pledge of Allegiance feels a lot like a root canal, or a whip's impact against our flesh, or a baton to our head, or a bullet in our back, a tear gas at a Black Lives Matter protest. It hurts that I have to actually remember. You would happily invest more money into the preservation of wildlife than you ever will into the preservation of Black life. It's a little ironic that I pledge allegiance to your flag of the United States of America and to your republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for who?
You're broken down and tired of living life on a merry-go-round, and you can't find the fighter, but I see it in you, so we gon' walk it out and move.
What?
You watch these videos of people shouting Black Lives Matter because if you are black, you are condemned to them because to them, you are not equal. Why do you need that many cops at a peaceful protest? If it were a bunch of white folks, they'd all be holding hands and helping each other through the crowd, while one of them carries an AK-47.
Or feeding them a burger. You know this world is all kinds of crazy.
It's not about it being crazy, it's about this country being racist. And somehow, violating rights is legal, but only if you're a white cop. Say my name. My name is Rashard Brooks. I'm only 37. I fell asleep in the cop's car.
Well, why are you so surprised? Didn't they pillage, plunder, and kick the Native Americans off this land? Didn't they drag our ancestors into slavery for 400 years? Didn't we only gain the right to vote 55 years ago?
This is the 21st century. You would think by now people will understand that we are all people. Resulting in me being restrained and shot because I was believed to be intoxicated. Say my name. My name is Daniel Prude. I'm 41. I died in 2020. I died due to strangulation from cops.
How can they understand that when they have yet to acknowledge us as people? We are still property to them.
I'm nobody's property. I'm entitled to the same rights and privileges as white folks. They used their body weight to slam me to the ground and strangle me. Say my name. My name is George Floyd. I'm 47 years old with a child. A cop sat on my neck for 8 minutes, and I died due to strangulation.
You're right, you are, but that doesn't mean they have to give them to you.
So what's the point of protesting then? I had a kid and a wife. Say their names. Their names and lives are more important than your privilege. So speak up and speak loud, because you can be the voice of the unheard and the misrepresented.
Because that's the only way to draw attention to a real issue and secure any kind of change.
Dr. King marched in the 60s and look where we are.
Yes, but that march gave us the right to vote, attend schools anywhere, be able to live anywhere. We would still be segregated if he didn't march and protest.
So we gotta wait another 50 years to stop police brutality.
Maybe, but at least they know we won't stand for it. Our voices are being heard.
Our voices are being heard, but where is the change?
Yo, I can't believe that actually happened though. Yo, how she felt too. Like, yeah.
All right, class, let's settle down. Amiri Baraka wrote, "A closed window looks down on a dirty courtyard, and black people call across or scream across or walk across, defying physics in the stream of their will. Our world is full of sound. Our world is more lovely than anyone's, and though we suffer and kill each other, and sometimes fail to walk the earth, we are a beautiful people with African imaginations full of masks and dances and swelling chants, with African eyes and noses and arms, though we sprawl in gray chains, in a place full of winters when all we want is the sun. We have been captured, brothers, and we labor to make a gateway into an ancient image, into a new correspondence with ourselves and our black family. We read magic, now we need spells to rise up, return, destroy, and create. So, what will be the sacred word? So, I pose the question. What does it mean to be black in America? This could serve as practice for members of the debate team. We have nationals coming up, and don't forget, Support your opinion with factual information. Present your argument in a clear statement. Then, present your evidence. Your evidence supporting your claims, such as references, statistics, analogies, quotes, etc. And finally, state the impact. Explain the significance of the evidence. And how does this support your claim? The floor is open. Everybody knows when you're black, you get no play. And that's just facts. Michael S. Harper wrote, "Those 4 black girls blown up in that Alabama church remind me of 500 middle passage blacks in a net underwater in Charleston Harbor so redcoats wouldn't find them. Can't find what you can't see, can you?"
Here we go again. Let's blame the man.
So who else are we gonna blame? They brought our ancestors over here on slave ships against their will, kept them in captivity, and continue to strip us of our families and communities, of our self-esteem, pride.
No one can strip you of your pride unless you willingly give it up.
What are you so halfway letting you give it up? Yes, master. No, master, please.
What are you talking about?
Come on, man. The white folks know exactly how to get the black folks to be smaller than a cockroach.
And who gives them that ability?
It's not about giving them the ability. It's about them continuously bending and manipulating the system. George Zimmerman, remember him? Trayvon is dead. What happens to George? Nothing. That's what. And Breonna Taylor, they acquitted the cops who walked into her house and shot her to death. Does any of this ring a bell?
It's not that cut and dry. I think some of us allow white people to believe that we are smaller and more inferior to them by acting ignorant, by not seeking higher education, by not setting higher standards for ourselves. Then yes, we are giving them the power, the ability.
Give me a break. You're what my dad calls an Uncle Tom, the sellout. We don't make them think we're smaller or inferior. Their arrogance does that. They already have the belief that we're nothing but a link or pebble in their shoe. We hold no significance to them. Are we forgetting a little thing in our history called slavery?
I believe that some black folks haven't realized that we are people of dignity and character. They forget that we hail from kings and queens. We are powerful people. Even though our ancestors were brought here from Africa to be enslaved in this country, that doesn't negate the fact that we are much more than what they see.
I know the reality of this society. I believe in myself and I know who I am, but I'm not naive. What they see is nothing. So the struggle to be counted is so much harder. Why do you think it's so easy to kill a black person in broad daylight, have camera footage of the incident or evidence, as lawyers would say, and the perpetrator still walk away like nothing happened? Why do you think that is?
Is it naive to think that our fate lies in our hands? Tanya Parker wrote in her poem about the atrocities of violence against black people in our present day. Mama, mama, send the angels, it's my neck. My sweet boy, dusk is about to set. 9 months, 9 minutes, can't cry 'cause I know what's to come next. All of heaven awaits you. A few more minutes, my sweet boy, then no more memory, my sweet boy. Because at the end of the day, we cry, we plead, we march, and we protest, but unless the system changes, nothing will ever change.
It's naive to think anything will ever change when the white people own everything. The system is designed for us to fail with unequal opportunities, bias, discrimination, and racist ideologies.
If that's so, then why are you here right now soaking up all the white man's education?
Because it's a free country, and I'm paving my own path.
According to your philosophy, black people are still not free and are doomed to fail.
America has a rash. Valerie Street writes, from the founding of this nation, America has had a rash. It is racist, ageist, sexist, and homophobic in its core. George Floyd death just put a light on the original sin. The country now says Black Lives Matter, but they don't. Like it did in the beginning, in that great garden, giving all humanity rainbow colors of life and love and love and love. I choose life. We will breathe unending love if we all choose that too. I want to believe those words, but the fight seems futile.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, Michelle. They may say that we are free, but they always found ways to set us back, put us down, keep us under their feet. And that's systemic racism. Systemic racism occurs in our schools, offices, courses, and police departments, and elsewhere. And why? Just think about it. When white people occupy most positions of decision-making power, people of color have a difficult time getting fair shake, let alone trying to get ahead.
You sound so ignorant right now.
What are you talking about? Because I'm honest and informed? You should read more. Think about it. According to the data, white families hold 90% of the national wealth. Latino families hold 2.3%. And blacks, we hold a measly 2.6%.
You determine what you are. If you want to be someone's doormat, then that's what you'll be. If you allow someone to put you down every chance they get and you don't do or say anything about it, then you're just dumb. I'm sorry. It is our duty to create a life for ourselves. A life that we would like to have. Anything is possible.
In what country? In the good old US of A? You are not being realistic. It is to us to learn our full history. Do your research. Let's discuss education. If you thought that preschool at least was a racism-free zone, well, consider that while black children constitute 18% of preschoolers nationwide, they make up nearly 50% of suspensions. When all age groups are examined, black children are 3 times more likely to be suspended than white students, even when their infractions are similar. Overall, black students constitute 16% of student enrollment and 27% of students referred to law enforcement.
And what about unemployment? It's next to impossible to build wealth without steady and rewarding employment. But the black unemployment rate has consistently been twice that of whites over the past 60 years. No matter what's been going on with the economy, whether it's been up or down. And you would think that our higher education would help with that. But once again, according to the data, black people with college degrees are twice as likely to be unemployed as all other college graduates.
I do agree that we need to be informed, but we don't need to research self-love, self-motivation, to have pride. I want to feel love that rejects fear and jealousy, to gain security in life, seeking the convenience of safety through all the chaos and strife. Love yourself. Without limits or hesitations, no one else can save you, so be your own inspiration and love yourself. Love yourself.
Exactly the point I was trying to make. You can go around pointing fingers and blaming the man, but everything that you have right now and everything that you are is because you chose that life for yourself. All I want for my people is an education and a means that's skillful, so we can tap into our innate compassion and wisdom. We're all wrapped around our own personalities and back at a distance. So we suffer when dealing with our own brothers and sisters, and I'm a suffering witness trying to preach the science of living. So as to penetrate the ego and put us back into position, like a relaxed spine in meditation. When you're comfortably sitting, the current is a bit too strong for those in this lively river. But when you're able to capture the moment, waves are like still waters, like a picture. I hope I painted vivid. A heart is radiant in harmony. I hope you catch the rhythm. Imagine, in a mirror, love, compassion, joy, and equanimity. Characteristics of an awakened mind. I'm just trying to reflect this brilliance. Staying mindful and of self, trying to keep desires empty to be of benefit, takes pure will and stainless intentions.
That's garbage. How can we live life that we want? There is no equity. That kid that lives in the projects, he doesn't have the same access to resources like that kid that lives in the suburbs. That's inequity. That's real. Inequity is defined as lack of justice and fairness. If 2 people commit the same crime, and one gets convicted and the other doesn't because he can afford to hire a better lawyer, that's inequity. Whether we love ourselves or not, this needs to change.
Troy has a valid point. Rebuttal?
I see what he's saying, but I don't know. I guess I still think it comes down to the choices you make.
What if you're not given choices?
There's something called free will. We all have a choice.
All right, I think we've made some progress. Both sides have presented solid arguments. Let's take a break. We'll come back to this in a few minutes.
You know, I too sing America. I am the Turkey brother. They said me in the kitchen when company comes, but I lie and eat well and grow strong. Tomorrow I'll be at the table when company comes. And nobody will dare say to me in the kitchen that. Besides, they see how beautiful I am and be ashamed. I too am American.
What are you talking about? He's talking about knowing who you are and loving who you are no matter what anybody says. Black pride. We all say we got it, screaming black power every February. What is there to be proud of now? All the violence and ignorance surrounding black people in the media, from stupid fights at State Fair to shooting the left innocent people with no air. Our ancestors fought for us to be. Without them, where would we be? Certainly not jumping in the air with glee, possibly. Still owned by the white man, always asking, is that all massa? Forced to live by what he said. Probably still enclosed by his white picket fences. So what is the difference now? Ignorant black people still saying, it's the white man keeping me down. Last time I checked, you have free will to do as you please. I don't see chains flying, whips crackling, and kids picking cotton from sun up to sundown. There is no one telling you, yes, massa, no, massa, please, massa. Our hands are not tied behind our backs. There is no owner telling us what we can and can't do. There's no white man on a horse holding a rifle up to your head telling you to calm your Negro self down. Make your ancestors rise from the ground and give you a standing ovation. Make them proud to see you made history for something monumental. You can show the world the true meaning of black pride. Show the world we're not all gangbangers, dope slingers, hustlers, and basketball players. We are greater than the stereotypes they try to define us. We are larger than the minority. Dare them to look past your brown skin, because underneath it all, we are all just different hues of reds, pinks, and blues.
But that's the problem, isn't it? We're all different shades and hues, but the black hue is the unfavorable color.
Your rebuttals are very ignorant, Michelle, and they will be demolished by our opponents.
Okay, Tasha, you know so much of this thing, then school me.
You first have to be willing to acknowledge the fact that you define who you are.
Even if we define ourselves and not allow the world to impose their ideas on us. Look at our current state. Do black lives really matter when so many others think they don't? I mean, look what happened to George Floyd, Tamir Rice, Breonna Taylor, Michael Brown, Eric Garner, Trayvon Martin. And we can name many more black lives that were lost, not because they didn't know who they were, because who they were didn't matter. George Moses Horton wrote, "Alas, am I born for this? To wear the slave's chain, deprived of all creative bliss, through hardship, toil, and pain. How long have I in bondage lain, in language to be free? And lies like must I still complain, deprived of liberty."
The residue of slavery still exists. That's why we march and protest in order to call attention to the injustices against black people. This country is tainted. It was built off the belief that one race is superior to another. Until that mindset changes, we will never be fully free.
I am fully aware that we are living in a country that does not value black lives, but what are we doing to change that? Is it just a series of complaints? Blame the man?
We organize. We speak as one voice and one community. We march and protest, and we will let it be clear that we will no longer be slaves to their systems. We say, all lives matter, some like to say, but truth be told, it's never been that way. To value from birth, denied basic rights.
For others, what is granted, blacks must always fight. Systematically downtrodden, diminished, degraded, presumption of innocence none, automatically indicted.
At risk, in harm's way, exposed to danger. When their doorsteps they cross and outside they venture. Their homes, man's castles, not a promise, no guarantee of safety or sanctity.
No daytime stroll in the park just for a lark.
harassed, hounded, hunted, killed if out after dark.
With distrust, doubt, derision always greeted, unfairness and unjust routinely meted, of moral and national duty a shocking dereliction. If there is no action, an immediate correction. So time to stand up, words repeatedly to utter, Black Lives Matter, and unequivocally matter.
I was born by the river in a little town, oh, and just like this river I've been running ever since. It's been a long time coming, but I know a change gonna come. Oh, yes it will. It's been too hard living, but I'm afraid to die. Oh, 'cause I don't know what's up there beyond the sky. It's been a long time coming, but I know change gon' come. Oh, yes it will. When I go to the movies and I go downtown, oh, somebody keep telling me don't hang around. It's been a long time coming, but I know a change gon' come. Oh, yes it will. Then I go to my brother and I say, brother, help me please. But he winds up knocking me back down on my knees. Oh, there's been times that I thought I couldn't last for long. Now I think I'm able to carry on. It's been a long time coming, but I know a change will come. Oh, yes it will. Lord, there's been times that I thought I wouldn't last for long, oh, but now I think I'm able to carry on. It's been a long time coming, but I know a change gon' come. Oh, yes it will.
My name is Dormeshia, and I'm the tap dance instructor here at the Denzel Washington School for the Arts. Today, the class will perform a piece from the Broadway show, Black and Blue. Black and Blue was a musical revue of the 20s and 30s that featured African American performers. I was blessed to be a part of that cast at the age of 12, along with our musical theater teacher, Miss Hall. I learned so much from all of the amazing performers, choreographers, and musicians, and I wanted to share a bit of that experience with my students. So here they are, performing a COVID-safe reconstruction of That Rhythm Man, originally choreographed by Henry Latang, to Ella Fitzgerald's Flying Home. I hope you enjoy.
Good afternoon. My name is Joseph Dempsey. I am the Technical Theater and Design Instructor at Denzel Washington School of the Arts, and we're very happy to present to you this showcase of talent that you're going to see from every department. You won't see my department. My students are backstage. They're doing technical jobs. Up on the follow spot, we have Khalil Randall, a senior, Elizabeth Bancroft, also a senior. On the soundboard and mixing and SM duties, we have Jaylene Seberg. At the mixing board, mixing sound and stage management, we have Jaylene Seberg. She is an 11th grader. Our youngest member is Katya Kanyahwarai. She is an 8th grader. We're very happy to have her here. She's learning a lot. And we have our 9th graders, Leah Lohr, Isis Torres, and we are very happy to have the lighting design of Antoinette Tynes. Thank you very much for viewing. Hope you enjoy the show. It's getting pretty bright here at Denzel Washington.
I mean, baby, when you really think about it, isn't it really nice? I mean, what we have, of course, isn't it really nice? And the things you do to me, I can't describe it. It brings me into this super world of mine. I like it. We got it together. Baby, it's just you and me.
The first, my last, my everything. die. You're my reality, yet I'm lost in the dream. You're the first, you're the last, my everything. I know there's only one like you. There's no way they could have made two. Oh yeah, girl, you're my reality, yet I'm lost in the dream. You're the first, you're the last, my everything.
Baby, you're my first, you're my last, you're my everything. It's just you and me, baby. It's just you and me.